Greetings everyone, my name is Addervale, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this weekly morning livestream, I'll be covering a combination of both Virus Mid levels and other levels for the next 2-ish hours, and then at the end of the stream, showcase some art. It's glad to see you all back. I'm doing fairly well, Salty. So welcome to the stream Jedox, Sunflower, Raccoon, Pixel Boy, Jaden, and of course Salty, and anyone else who I missed, as well as all the lurkers. Hey Dave. So here's the plan for this weekend. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Star Invaders, which you may recognize as I sampled the beta demo 10 months ago. And then tomorrow morning, the continuation of Path of the Midnight Sun, followed by a few hours later with Repo Multiplayer Night. Alright, you'll figure it out when I cover it in a few hours. In about 9 hours then. Oh, 8 hours, sorry. So first on today's lineup is Desert Pipeline DX by Sunflower Azumarill. 121 plays, score 51. Nice to see that we have at least 50 people playing Maker on a daily basis. I know it's much more than that, but I just like the funny lowball numbers. You know, some days you want to play as base, so I'll do it. Like, despite the Maker being over 7 years old by now, sort of, give or take, we still have at least 100 or 200 daily active users of it. We still have at least a daily active user count of about 100 or something. Maybe not 100, but 50. It certainly outlasted many other live service titles. And this is and what makes it even funnier is that this is a freeware live service title in the sense that it's a freeware live service fan game. Welcome to the stream, Mario and Luigi Brothers. Glad you could make it, and welcome to the stream. Or welcome to the channel. I'll add your levels to the queue. Oh, to answer your question, Salty, it's not really one of the best ones. It's just very well regarded. Yeah, in this era of Mega Man Maker, high scoring levels aren't really necessarily good. It's like the highest rated Reddit posts. They aren't necessarily good. They may be enjoyable rompy stuff, but otherwise the levels in the most popular queue would easily be the best levels, but of course they aren't. Some of the best levels I play in Maker barely get any score. Slow way, but the funny way. Meanwhile, I was 1 minute late to the stream too. Bit rough. Okay, building up a little bit. To those who are new to this channel, I want to make it clear that I don't mind playing non-traditional levels or non-traditional Roadmaster stages. Like, if a stage assumes that a player's already seen these challenge gimmicks before, I won't mind it too much if it builds off of that and tries to feel like a fortress level as opposed to an RM stage. I saw the whole thing about what Toei's the Toei higher-ups are trying to do, or Toei. I'm gonna wait and see. Oh, it's okay if you submit more than one stage, but Mario and Luigi Brothers, but it's fine. I added your level to the queue. Also, Oscar's level's been added to the queue as well. Well, Gen AI stuff, I need to make it clear. Alright, flying up. Just for a few seconds, though. Honestly, compared to the other times you've hidden weapon pickups or weapon getters in other stages, these are kind of lame. Like, it's just walking past the main path a few steps and then you can see it. Sometimes that isn't even necessary. In the previous stages, they were trying to be hidden. You have to pay more attention to the environment itself at least half the time. To be honest, Jay Butters, I agree with you. Like, don't get me wrong, I like playing traditional stages, but especially in this era of Mega Man Maker where most, if not all the assets... Okay, all the assets have been quite thoroughly explored. Outside some more obscure interactions. Hang on a sec. I need to complete my train of thought. Okay. I don't mind playing traditional levels, but in this era of Mega Man Maker, where most, if not all, of the assets have been thoroughly explored, the only things really left are like peculiar interactions and better executions. Traditional stages, they kind of fall by the wayside, as due to their nature, you can't go too crazy with them. Like, you have to assume this is the first time players are seeing them, first or second time. And you have to isolate them in relatively controlled environments. Plus, you're making the assumption that they have to be beaten with just the Mega Buster, or Roll Broom, or Proto Buster or Base Buster. So that kind of limits the weaponry. And there's also a limit of how many gimmicks you can use at a time, because again, you're introducing you're assuming new ones. With Fortress stages, special weapon challenges, Diet Kaizo, etc., you don't have that restriction, and you have more flexibility there. It's not really that the traditional levels are boring, it's just that they've been very well played out in this Maker game's history. Unless, of course, they're trying to do something very unconventional. Or they're a mod. It's a little bit of a different story with fan games because... It's a little bit different for non-Maker fan games because, well, they can create their own new assets. In which case it rectifies the problem of the assets being well played out already. What level is this in? Well, I'd say it's more like a fortress stage. Pretty fun one. But I do wish that the weaponry we get is a bit harder to obtain. It was too easy to... It should be more like previous stages where they were more hidden. Well, my day yesterday was kind of a mixed bag. Was both awesome and kind of eh. As for that stage, solid for a fortress stage. Make the weapon more hidden. Decent progression flow. Boss fight could have a little bit less of a traditional rectangular room, but otherwise, yeah, decent. I realize over time I'm becoming harsher and harsher in stages when they don't really deserve to be as harsh. Especially when a lot of them are actually better than Capcom's original fare. Second up is Highway Chase by Oscar1258. 95 plays, score of 39. Alright, Oscar on stage. Oh, is that the helicopter that's chasing us? Oh my, okay, it's back, It's two of them. 3. Well, this certainly is a chase. Checkpoint! I'll see your message in a moment. I do have 2 things I want to respond to. This reminds me of an SMB tree stage of sorts. Oh, that is not really ideal because you can telefrag me. Like that. Oh, so much for perfect running this! Three dash 3 and 3-8 from Mario Tree. Okay, despawn all the Hueys. I wouldn't mind this if there's actually a better warning of when he's gonna show up in his capsule. Not so much when, but where. Yes, end of the stage. That settles it. This is definitely based on those 2 stages from Mario Tree. And I gotta say, compared to many of Oscom's other adaptations, this did a better job. For one important reason is that it doesn't overstay its welcome. Unlike many of the arcade adaptations. It's kind of strange, but this could be shortened a bit, sure, but I'm happy with the way it is right now. So, it's been a long while, I'll give this an upvote. The only downside is that we probably should have used a different capsule. Ooh, that's wonderful, Jaden. I mean, it is mid, but it's a more enjoyable mid that knows to respect your time. Better respects your time. I mean, the part of the reason why I didn't use the weapons so much in the previous stage is because I didn't want to break them. I didn't want to break the stage too hard. And usually it's the last weapon in that chain that's the best one in Sunflower's levels. Number 3 up is Trondo Maker by Jedox74. 40 plays, score of 9. Trondo? What's Trondo? Me? Question mark? Green. We gotta push these blocks now. Let's hope I don't run out of break dash energy. Oh, thank you. Oh. Okay. I didn't realize that would work like that. That makes my life easier. I don't think it's necessary for every room, as it may make the challenges too easy, but maybe put at the start of those block pushing rooms, like put in the first one. I get what they want me to do, keep using this and Centaur Flash to gain iframes. Teaching me to use it here. That's really cool. Didn't mash the shoot button fast enough. What genre is Reviolet? Let me see. What genre is Starlight Revolver? That's cool, Jedok, but, how does that relate to the stage? Hades-like. Can you recommend, alright, if your computer can't run the game, then I'll be your steed. I'll do it. Just let them know about me, and, we'll work something out. Like, send in the details of, my channel, and, we'll see if we can do something. I probably heard of it somewhere else, it's just that, I have to monitor about a few hundred indie games for anything that's promising that I start mixing things together. I mean, sure, Jaden, but make sure to tell them about me, too. Okay, I like the way you're introducing new weapons at this stage. Like, we first started with Break Dash, which can push blocks and make me immune to spikes, but it's a little bit cumbersome to push the blocks. Then we have Centaur Flash, which more effectively deals with the spikes and generating iframes. And now we have the Drill Bomb, which more effectively pushes the blocks. Rip Centaur Flash. Fairly well, Buster. I'll see if I can pull something off. Too high. I know Spire the Dragon, I don't know what Trondo is. And I don't know how it's relevant to this stage. Oh, I see it. Keep chaining it. I haven't seen any stage really do that in recent memory, so props for creativity, Jedok. I know it's simple, but sometimes simple is what we ask for. And you're actually getting quite a bit of mileage out of the brake dash. I'm quite impressed. And yes, we shifted to the red zone. More than most stages do. I keep thinking that's a wall because of the background. Well, checkpoint was right here, so it didn't matter. I don't get it. Like, Nether Flash is mine again. Right, it also turns off the gravity changers, so... Oh, you beat both of them, cool. Chain... No kidding, J-Butters, not only chained together, but actually using them cohesively. Like, as much as I like Jedok levels, they do feel like a good-looking, good aesthetically pleasing looking Rompfest. Or aesthetically pleasing looking Rompfest, not really high quality. Like, they're decent, at best. But this one's different because it's actually elaborating on ideas and it has a neat difficulty curve. Clear delineated areas, and everything comes together about everything comes together in the end. Maybe I could do with a better climax or final section, where everything could more cohesively be tied together in a neat bow. Otherwise, this is much better than the usual fare. This is, as such, this is currently my favorite level of the queue. And this week. Red and green, of course. Well, they want me to use this. I will use it. Oh, now it works. I was wondering why I couldn't break dash into him. Or I was, but I was wondering why I wasn't dealing extra damage. Ah, now it's only one. No matter, we win. No break dash, but we can choose something else. Okay. And we can choose red too. Well, you know what that means, time slow. What would happen if I was at full health? Pick two weapons from 2 different categories. Okay, so idea is better in almost every category. I see you, Anchor. Now, this is the part of the stage which is a little bit, not as cohesive with the rest. We did have the bouncy ball, sure, but, not so much these platforms. But then again, it's a little bit difficult to make, bosses in this game, that fits cohesively with the gimmick, too. Like, there is a way to do it, but, like, I know it's possible, I've seen other designers do something like that, but if Jedok were to include the main gimmick of the stage into the boss fight itself, it would require either damage boosting or careful management of the break dash or centaur flash. So it'd make it a bit too difficult for the intended audience. Regardless, other than the oddball title, which I don't know how it's relevant to this stage, fair level of the episode. Good job. Chronos just one of the dragons you rescued in the first game. Okay. Thank you for the information, Raccoon. And welcome to the stream. My question then goes back to Jedok of how is it relevant to the stage? Like, was Trondo green? Did he have green scales? Red scales? Both green and red scales? It just feels like it feels like it has no relation to the stage itself. Yeah, you can also make it a gauntlet chase. The easiest way I would suppose to make it fit with the difficulty would make it a gauntlet chase. At least half of it. Well, yeah, there's also the Maker part, but I can see the joke of saying that this is a Mega Man Maker stage, so it's sort of relevant. I'm stretching sort of here. I'll drop it. I don't think we're gonna get more information about how this is relevant to the stage. It's a character you used to make a while ago. That's cool and all, but I'm still trying. Give up. Let's move on. Board up is Minivania 1 by Neo Cutman. 40 plays, score of 11. Nice custom avatar. That was a very quick... Oh, a one-screen puzzle. Ouch. Ouch. Well, that was a disaster in 2 parts. We got one. Well, it's not really a one-screen puzzle because the solution is very straightforward. It's just a very, very, very stripped-down Metroidvania. Stripped down to one screen. Bingo. And now I get out of here. I mean, this... If you were to strip down Metroidvania to one screen, I guess this would work. This... Maybe it'd be back... Actually, maybe it'd be a bit more intricate with one more step required, one more weapon to get to the end. Like, this could be a bit denser. Otherwise, it fits. Thumbs up. You know, because of how short the stage was, I'll do one more by Neo Cutman. Then I'll move on to Mario's level. This was short, sweet, and to the point. I want to see more stuff like this. Minivania 2, 36 plays, score of 13. Well, that answers my question. Alright. Just search Snake. There's probably a way to glitch this horribly. I see. Oops. Up, get away, balloon. Get back here. Now I can win the stage. Going. I understand that, Olavi, and honestly, I think this would be the title would be better if it was just called Microvania. That'd be more accurate to what is being done here. When I think Minivania, I think a Metroidvania that consists only of a few screens. This one just consists of one screen, which, whatever credits to, I appreciate. It's just that, it's like what Olavi says. Nanovania. Like, on one hand, I understand what Olavi's saying. On the other hand, it doesn't quite mesh well what the stage is trying to be, like one screen. Which one screen Metroidvanias, I do think they're novel, but they, due to the limited nature of the length, you're also limited of how far you can explore the mechanics. Like, unlike Minivania 1, we couldn't really see any... See, with Minivania 1, we had actually 2 weapons. This one didn't. We did have about the same amount of backtracking. You know what, let's complete the trilogy. 24 plays and score 6. Microidvania. Nanovania, Picovania. Okay, so that resets. Okay, that's genius. By putting the main boss over there, you're blocking the boss doors. But the other genius thing is, by doing so, well, you also respawn the ice blocks when you go through it, so they're not going to stay shattered. And done. They could have just had it so that the boss drops a key upon being defeated, and that opened a key door. Instead, they went for the smarter play and used the boss gates, because they respawn everything in the screen. Not just the mid-boss, but also the state of the ice blocks, which good. Like, most of the time, people just use boss gates as a means of progression. Or maybe just locking as a means of progression. Either just leading to the boss, or to act like a locked door until all the mid-bosses on the screen are defeated. In this case, it does use it like that, but also remembers the fact that if you travel through a boss gate, or boss shutter, it'll respawn everything on screen. And that's important here. Nice that you remembered how that's used, Neo. Most people seem to not. 1, 2... Alright, one moment. Alright, back from the water. 7th up is Abandoned Fortress version 2 by Pikmin Maker. 31 plays, score 5. Already this is better than the on average or in median compared to the levels I covered last week. Like, the only exception may be that Sunflora's level from last week is better than this week's. Otherwise, Oscar's level was actually somewhat enjoyable and did overstay its welcome. Geonox level was surprisingly cohesive and interesting and novel. We have three non-conventional stages by Cutman, and let's see how this fares. I mean, honestly, last week's episode only really had 2 or 3 interesting stages. Many hidden sections in this stage. I was hoping that would be one of them. Fun fact. Actually, boss doors lose collision when the mid-boss is defeated. So you can essentially use the carry block and have them fall into other gimmicks. Thanks for the reminder, J Butters. That is important. Like, you can use it for even more novel ways than just blocking progression. Oscar, your levels are far from perfect, even the one I played. That's unironically the funniest thing you said in the past week. Welcome to a kind of messed up version of Mega Man 2's opening level. Like, this fortress has seen better days. Hey, Crash. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Now all you viewers are riffing on a different way. That's what I said, Sylv. But you weren't there, so yes. This is like a more broken down version of that stage. And now it is called Abandoned Fortress after all. And now, I'm dead. When are we playing Flash games again? Well, let's see. Next Sunday is probably gonna be TF2. Like, we wanna do a Sunday morning community thing. I really want to beat a birthday game first before I get back to Flash Game Sunday. My Path to Midnight Sun will require probably 3 or 4 more streams to beat. I will warn you in advance that I tend to be much harsher on levels compared... Okay, I tend to be noticeably harsher on... Okay, that's my fault. As I was saying, okay, you put the checkpoint here, so... it's not really much of a problem then. I tend to be noticeably harsher on Maker stages and Mega Man levels in general than most people. But that's because I played through at least 5,000 Maker stages since I began. So I'm kind of jaded. Secret! The way things are going, I'm not going to do the equivalent of 7 out of 10, even though I don't really like to use numerical scores. Hey, Bubble. Well, this is a problem. Well, considering I already had the bubble edge, sure. Ouch. I need to fix my acrobatics. As you well, I say as you well, but a bunch of you never were there when I made that speech the last time. I'll repeat it. As some of you know, I don't like to use numerical scores. Part of the reason for this is, well, there's two main reasons. One of which is that having a numerical score, to me at least, implies that I'm giving a very firm rating to a game, when in reality, when I say something that's like decent or almost good or whatever, it's kind of a broader category. And second, this is where it's important, a lot of people treat the rating of a game similar to how a test is scored in an exam room or in school. AKA, if a game doesn't score more than 70%, it fails. Oh gosh. However, the way I rate games, I don't say like 7 out of 10 means it fails. If it scores below 7 out of 10, it's unplayable or not recommended. Like, if I call a game decent, I'm saying it's decent. It's fun to play, but there's certainly better stuff out there, but it still succeeds more than it fails. But some people may say that, oh, decent is equivalent to 6 out of 10, and think that, oh wait, it failed. By just switching the terminology, the discussion is a little bit more... There's a lot more shared understanding of what I'm actually talking about. Like, I used to use numerical scores, but I stopped using them because I realized people were... so close. I realized that people were taking it far more harshly than it is. And I don't like the whole thing about the score inflation. Don't get me started about that. Alright, Crash Bomber time. Mega Man Tree time. It's a mixture of multiple abandoned fortresses. But yeah, to summarize, the reason why I just use the word descriptors versus the numerical scores is A, it makes it seem like giving a much more strict review of a game when in reality it's depending on a lot of different factors. And second, many people took it the wrong way, and by switching to more open interpretation words, people better understood that at a first glance that what I'm actually talking about. But let's move on to fun stuff. Thank you, Nuclear Stomp. In Universe, it's supposed to be Mega Man 2 Castle, but most of the Mega Man 2 Wily castles kind of suck, so they use tosses from across the series. Based. Oops. Well, at least the checkpoints here and have infinite lives. If I didn't, this would be a different story. Oh. Okay, a minor critique. Please pick a different spike color that stands out more from the background. Having black over dark purple, especially in a tense situation like this, means that I can overlook it. I'd recommend changing the spike color to like the bluish white ones. Okay, so I can't go here. Too slow. Sheesh, that's tight. DRG, Jaden? Oh, why are we discussing Deep Rock Galactic? I think you mean DGR, or Danganronpa. The issue with the laser section is the spike coloration, and of course that last one, because oh goodness, it shouldn't be that tight. Okay, what's here? Whoa, hey, Metal. Man. Original weakness, I suppose? I can reach you. It's a Mega Man 2 rematch room, but it's completely crashed. Over soon? With the way things are going, it's gonna take a month. That's not really soon to me. I'm forced to get full refills into the stage, or into the boss fight, so I'm okay. Whoa, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Oh yes. Okay, we skipped Wily 6. Any bets what the weakness of Yellow Devil is? Okay, it's not Crash Bomber. Are you... okay. Not that either. Quick Boomerang? Air Shooter? No? What is your weakness then? That's it, reset. I see. Am I missing a weapon that'd make it easier? Probably. I like how we just skipped the entirety of Wily 6. Just go directly to the boss fight. Okay, not the entirety, but most of it. Oh, I missed the Woodman fight. That's why. Yeah, as most of you are well aware, it takes me a few times sometimes to find the secret areas. Oh well. That's sometimes the joy of Mega Man. The choice of going through areas means that you also sometimes miss things. Beep. Just give me 4 more cycles and this will be done. Oh, I really wish Yellow Devil had different patterns. One more then. Instead of the same one over and 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 over. Ad infinitum. so, let me answer Jaden's first. Okay, it took 11 streams to reach the main ending of Danganronpa 1. To answer your question, Jaden. And I had 2 streams after that for the school mode and some extras. Meanwhile, on the Path of the Midnight Sun, I'm going to be on session 3 tomorrow, and for the looks of it, it's going to require just 3 or 4 more sessions to beat the game. So, at least half the amount of time as Danganronpa. And of course, part of the reason why it's taking, I could do even faster if I made certain decisions. Okay, so about the Abandoned Fortress V2. It's reminiscent of the Mega Man 2 Fortress combined with some of the tile sets from future games. The issue is that, it's basically a retread upon itself without any meaningful changes that make the experience feel better. Like, it certainly feels different, but, I don't know, it didn't really pique my interest. It's a rather derivative and bland experience. I do appreciate the secrets if you're attentive. That I appreciate, but, I don't know. I get the monotony. I get the monotony is part of the OG Yellow Devil experience, but I'm gonna argue that that's not a good thing necessarily. Like, part of the reason why the first Yellow Devil is so infamous is that it's a difficulty spike, and B, it has both a monotonous boss team and a monotonous pattern. That's why future Yellow Devil fights actually take efforts to vary up the patterns more. Like, the one in Mega Man 3 has a more distinct pattern, or a different pattern. And the time we actually formally got a Yellow Devil encounter again in the series, 11, it has quite a different moveset. It first starts out the same, sure, but it then varies. It may be fully unique, but the issue is that as a player, it didn't really pique my interest. Like, it was too bleh. It's like cooking without spices, flavorings, or additives. It's filling, yes, it's just bland. And this is one of the reasons why in this engine, unless you have access to special weapon weaknesses or there's something else novel about the fight, I don't tend to enjoy fighting Yellow Devil in this engine. The other Fortress boss that was added to the engine recently, which is Boobeam Trap, that's a different story. Like, the devs already fixed Boobeam Trap, and there's many different ways to fight them and include them in stages in interesting ways. It's kind of funny, it's kind of sad that nowadays in Maker it's the reverse situation, where I actually look forward to finding the Boobeam Traps, namely because it's way easier and players have already showcased different ways of fleshing out the encounter. But yeah, I haven't played Power Fighters and Battlers yet, so yeah, I'll get to that. Anyway, nonetheless, thank you for saying to me, Pikmin Maker. The Boobeam Trap is technically a boss by itself, but if it was just by itself, the Boobeam Trap is basically a series of turrets. That's what it is. The reason why it was in order to make it like a true boss fight, you have to take advantage of other enemies, the terrain, and obstacles. I mean, let's do all of them. I'm happy with doing both the arcade games over over Parsec. Yeah, maybe I concur with Jay Butters. Oh yeah, Okada Man. I know some of the levels can be kind of difficult for me to go through, but I'm never gonna say that they're not novel. No, Lauren? Why are you asking that question? Suspicious. Seems a little sus. A-Dub is Desert Love by Power Simplified. 35 play, score 4. This has an SF replacement, which is a transcription into the 8-bit format of another song. Let's hope it actually worked. Alright, I'm back. I was actually chuckling at the start of the stage with that trap. Because at the start of the stage, I'm not gonna complain so much. That was hilarious. As for the song itself, I'll show you Power's description of it after the stage is done. Oh, pff. I thought I was on the lower platform. Heal. Excuse me, good sir. Full heal. And yes, I know, I should be just using my special weapons. Oh. Yet again, the pause almost kills me. I don't know about the music. I understand what you're trying to do, but it feels like, I don't know, it feels a little bit off pitch, or something feels missing from the song. Like something was lost during the transcription/translation to an NES 8-bit format. There is a melody here, but too much of the instrumentation feels like it was lost. Or, I don't know. What do you say, folks? I can't find the correct words to say other than it sounds a little bit off. And the introduction to the song itself before it starts looping is too long-winded. Sadly, I don't have enough knowledge about music and soundtracks to actually use the correct words for this situation. Into the pyramid! Need to clear up, need to clear up. Oh shoot! The pause killed me, it ate my input. I get this song doesn't really sound that Mega Man-y, especially intro. At the same time, I don't know. The song just doesn't sound, it may have been properly adapted or modified to fit within the constraints of the NES sound format, but it doesn't feel like it fits the stage quite. It feels like there has to be some more touches applied to the music before it fits, or works better. Like, you can keep the general melody the same, but you need to change up the instrumentation. No, this is Power Simplified level. For them, they're either asleep or staying up really late. Grammar credits due, this stage is legitimately difficult with the enemy placements. It also has a heavier enemy presence than many other stages, but Down plus slide, I wish I could disable. I know this is more quote-unquote enemy spammy compared to many other stages I play, but it's not to that point where I can complain. It works here. Just need to pace myself. And there's plenty of pickups anyway to make up. Oh shoot. I guess the most, also, what happened to the sun section? I was expecting it to kind of return for the final part of the stage, but it's AWOL. Golden Pharaoh. It was, yeah, it was kind of dragging out, but maybe could have shortened the stage a little bit and bring back the sun. I mean the heat gimmick. Okay, what do we do to get you? By the way, if you run out, you're forced to restart. There's no other weapon that can actually reach him from here. Bye-bye. I like this fine, but okay, the first two sections of the stage, I'm gonna use it broadly, or tree. When you start outside, okay, let me break it down correctly. The three first main parts of the stage, the sections, they're fine. It's first starting out outside, then we have the sunbake section, then we go inside the pyramid itself, or temple, or whatever. It's fine. But when we get back outside, it is a harder version of the first section, sure, but not enough is done to give it more pizzazz, so to speak. And the climax section doesn't really exist. Hang on a moment. So here's the NSF request. This is an Indian song that he translated to 8-bit. I think the melody itself is fine, but the introduction is a bit long-winded, and instrumentation feels a bit off. I don't know. It's a rompy shooter stage, and I guess it's fine. It's probably on par with most of the most popular queue levels. Do I think Mega Man can beat V1 Ultra Kill? Or just V1? Which Mega Man? Mega Man Classic? No. Mega Man X? Depends. Zero also depends. ZX? Probably not. Legends? Of course not. Like, I think the biggest shots would be Mega Man X, Zero, and Classic if he has the right set of weapons, as Buster is pointing out correctly, which I made a mistake, so I'll point that out. The three biggest ones are probably, if we're just going to talk about them, would be Classic, with the weapon set, X, depending on the armor set and weapons he has, and of course Zero. Now, as for Battle Network and Star Force, it's kind of hard to do that. V1's unhackable. Also, Geo could probably just beat him to... could also just beat him to death with the power of friendship. EXE as well. I don't know about Geo enough, but EXE could do it. Like, the reason why V1 is so powerful in the verse is because it's one of the strongest spots, and well, considering how most civilizations ended up destroying themselves due to lacking the power of unity and friendship, that goes to show something. Zero also has Chain Rod. Oh no! Okay, if you can do that, then yeah. Yeah, it's a case of different power scaling. Like, if... And here's the thing, we're just assuming that it's a 1v1 encounter. If they actually fought the universe, went to the universe, especially in EXE and Star Force, they don't have... He wouldn't have to just worry about Geo or Lan and Mega Man EXE. He has to worry about all his friends, and the power of friendship's an actual tangible force. You know, Double Soul, Soul Unison, Cross Fusion. Whatever it's called in Star Force. But yeah, this is not going to the whole discussion of who would win, and then we get into all that stuff. It's just fun to think about. And to answer your question, Sylv, can beat a giant moving, can beat a content moving giant robot? Not really. Well, yes, except that most of the other Megmans could probably do that. An Immortal Soul, well, they're in the afterlife, so things kind of get funky there. And Gabriel, for some reason, yeah, Geo entered the black hole physically and left. I'm sorry, out of context that sounds funny. Geo entered a black hole physically and left, then came back, and then cut it to pieces. Sometimes I feel it's kind of difficult to parody Battle Network and Star Force, as they've already won up most of the parodies, or the parody themselves. Excuse. Yes, just like... Excuse me. I'm gonna mute myself because I'm laughing too hard right now. Alright, I'm back. Alright, and to answer the question can Mega Man beat a gorilla? Yes. As a matter of fact, pretty much every Mega Man could do that. It's kind of, honestly, that game seems like not a rite of passage, but like an expectation. Hi, Coffee K. Welcome to the power scaling discussion. Yeah, the power scaling in the Mega Man series is weird. Oh, putting aside the different universes that the Battle Network Star Force and the classic X-Zero ZX Legends timeline is, we'll put that aside for a moment. Oh, there's your answer, Buster. Land beat the Mega Man and Mega Boys are just defeating gorillas and apes. Honestly, yeah, I can't wait to get to Star Force so I can see all the funny and inspiring things there. Anyways, let's see what level to cover next. Oh, there's a Powder Man stage. I'm not doing that. Feel free to introduce any other discussion topics. Yeah, FYI, I'm gonna start with Star Force 1 DX so I don't have to worry about finagling between the different versions. Also, post-game content. Again, most Mega Man could do it. And actually their supporting cast could probably do it. Like, I'm thinking which Mega Man could not beat a gorilla in combat. I mean, if we count Battle Network 4 and 5, Mega Man and Lan already copied the Z-Saber, so of course they could just copy the Shield Boomerang and the Chain Rod. And a certain fan game did that. Yeah, X-Over's kind of dead, so Geo could probably beat him. If Buster says it's correct, then when Geo just went into Black Hole and did all this crazy things, yeah, he's more powerful. Off topic. Okay, okay. Hang on a moment. I need to give a context. Okay, first Buster statement, but that's less silly than the first one. I'm sorry, Jaden, but your statement, off topic, I got new pants today. That is totally a line I could see an NPC saying in Battle Network or Star Force. Literally. That's why I'm laughing so hard. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try a most popular Q level, as Q is kind of dried up. Alright, 9th up is Sediment Stronghold Site by Spark Zen. Synergy play, score 34. Oh yeah, as a reminder to those who came later, tonight I'll be beginning my playthrough of Star Invaders. Or continuing, if you remember the playthrough I did earlier. Technically. And tomorrow morning is Path to Midnight Sun. And tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon is... let's see... Repo. We're continuing the playthrough we're doing from last week. My list of played levels is really out of date. Right now, right now, most of the levels I played are on the to-play list. I know. I've been meaning to fix that all the levels played list, but I haven't done that for over a year or two now. I see it, Jaden. I'll do it after the stream. Alright, also in terms of games I'm gonna play, well, yes, Uppercut is gonna be covered next week. Along with another game I've been promised to showcase. And of course, the next Steam Next Fest is coming up in June, so yeah. I'm getting a bunch of early access keys for demos. I'm gonna have to pick and choose. And die horribly. I'm doing Star Raiders tonight because it was released recently. And while I do want to try getting to the ending again, after seeing where the beta demo abruptly ended. Well, sort of abruptly. This isn't Wikipedia. I'm sorry, Sylv, but everything's a remix. There's no longer nothing any original things. I don't have the context to know what you're referring to, Jaden, but I'll look forward to that. I know Halbert Studios, I don't know what Rams or... I don't know what Rams is. Yeah, that's not it. Oops. And if you're wondering about Kyborg, well, I will return to it. There was a major patch that was released just yesterday, and that fixed a lot... Okay, either yesterday or the day before yesterday, and that fixed a lot of balancing issues. Like, difficulty level 2, which I streamed last week, that was supposed to be harder. They fixed that. Thing is, Sylv, what was that what was that generation based on? Anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about something funny. Oh, soccer team, or soccer, or internationally football teams. Thank you. I don't get the joke. If your parents birthed you, you were artificially created. I don't get the joke here. I feels like there's a joke here and it's just going past my head. Anyways, let's do another level by Oscar. Welcome to Bikini Bottom. 10th up is Welcome to Bikini Bottom. 146 plays, score 68. Here's the thing, intelligence is a spectrum. When we talk about AI, we're not saying it's necessarily intelligent, namely it has some intelligence. And what is intelligence even? That's actually a big question discussed in science. But let's not have the discussion here because if I'm gonna have that, it's gonna be in a more controlled group of people. And I'm too tired to have it right now. The very fact they're having this conversation means that you have some level of intelligence and wisdom. Okay, my answer to that question itself is, does that matter? What if we're actually living in a simulation? How much does it really change the situation I'm living in? Like, my retort to a lot of these philosophical questions is, it may be fun to think about, but does it really matter? Fish hooks? It's a more serious thing. Like, it's fun to think about these things, but I don't mind having these discussions, but I don't like to treat it too seriously because then I realize, wait, how important is it really? There are many things we can't really control. There are many things we can control in our lives, and there are many things we can't. I prefer to focus more on the former than wasting time speculating on the latter. Outside, let's say, funny hypotheticals. What if we're simulated by... What? Excuse me, can I process the different conversations first before I respond to you, Buster? I'm going in 4 different places. My mind's going in 4 different places right now. Can you hand me some of that, please? Okay, can you touch me in a simulation? Cool song. Alright, to itself, my retort or response to that would be, okay, that sounds cool, but how much does it really... If we knew that, how much would that affect our lives? Like, we know for a fact that many previous civilizations have collapsed in our world. I mean, it may sound cool, but it won't really change my life circumstances that much. Right, we're in SpongeBob's world. Breaking news! Blue rampaging robot kills Bikini Bottom's finest resident, Squidward. Buster. Local streamers chat overdose on Adderall again. More at 11. Okay, Speaking of houses... Flash can be taught about as a game with overcomplicated rules. And too many people who don't take it seriously enough, or take it way too seriously. And of course, just like many other many RPGs, there's a small number of people who keep hoarding all the resources and making the game less fun for everyone else. SMH, the money sinks aren't working. Pineapple! I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna respond to the last comment, Buster, because, I don't want to go in that direction. Oh, here's the bathtub. I don't like where that's gonna go. Gary will be fine. I mean, I would retort to that answer, Buster, but that'd become too difficult. That's just too dark for this sort of stream. If I was playing Dead of a Wish or Needy Streamer Overload, I'd be a bit different. Not really skirting, but on the line there. I'm not gonna say anything more. Besides, off stream I do make quite a few dark jokes anyways. More often than not, it's more like absurdist humor. Alright, I actually have special weapons, I forgot. How to make this fight so much easier by accident. Get us out of this place. GG. It'll be restored by the next episode. It's fine. Life, graphics 10 out of 10. Events 7 out of 10. Gameplay 7 out of 10. Community 1 out of 10. Oh. This is the stage where we went through many of the various major locals in Bikini Bottom. At least the more memorable ones, I suppose. And that's about it. The rest of the stage was simply existed, can't say anything more. So, anyone else have any level suggestions? Oh no. The SpongeBob games on the stream. One other person mentioned it, but that was many years ago and I don't think they watch the channel anymore. Battle for Bikini Bottom is the one SpongeBob game I've noticed that is fairly well regarded. Yes, Lauren, we can recommend levels that aren't made by them ourselves. I already wait. Let me see. I already covered your level, Genox, so I'll push it a little bit further because I haven't done Nuclear's levels yet. Hang on a moment. So if I try looking for a stage, it does not exist. Yeah, that's what we're asking you, to make the stage. But enough of that jesting. Okay, I'm gonna be covering levels for about 20 more minutes and I'll finish. Well, SpongeBob has gone through the same problem as The Simpsons have. It's later seasonal rot, whereas in the series has been going on for so long that the writers have pretty much run out of ideas and are recycling things. Or rather, they've run out of usable ideas that be approved by the higher ups, to be more specific. And they're forced to churn out season upon season upon season on a yearly or nearly yearly basis that it really hampers the creativeness. 11th up is Splash Woman is no longer bugged, but let's fix an idiotic boss by Nuclear Stomp. 26th place, score 6. SpongeBob the movie, the game is a lot like Battle for Bikini Bottom. Whoa boy. 10 of them. Hurry up! This is like bullet hell now. Imagine if I didn't have the time slow. And non-Maku players could easily beat this then. They're way better at this. Oh shoot. Alright, ring, ring. 2. Okay, you know what's coming up next. Sorry for the screen flashing. I've watched the original SpongeBob movie and I liked it. For what it's worth, I'll give it a thumbs up. Yeah, basically a Danmaku version, and if I was not a mere mortal Danmaku player, I wouldn't have to use the slow. Alright, let's do this. So the 12th and final level of this stream is Airby Palace by Jinox74, 67 plays and a score 27. I don't really have that many hopes that this is going to be better than the previous stage Red Jedi I played, but we'll see. They've already hit it big. Mind you, this is coming from someone who didn't even watch the SpongeBob series growing up. My only experience with watching the show itself is either from the memes, YTPs, very short clips on YouTube, and of course, the movie. Okay, this already aesthetically looks a lot more pleasing than the previous stage by them. A lot more unified blue, but it's a lot more visually busy. Like, we're up in the sky, there's parallax moving clouds, it's raining. We got glass tiles, airman tiles. But somehow altogether it works. Of course, I would recommend toning down a few of the graphical elements to be less visually busy. Like, it doesn't need to be this big. You can have my hug, Jaden. Music transition. I wish more stages made use of the music changer. The Mega Man tracks are cool and all, but most of them were not designed to be used in 5 to 10 minutes. They were not designed to be used in stages that take over 10 minutes to beat. They get too repetitive. Using different tracks breaks up the monotony. Ouch. Okay, it's wind, not rain, but my point still stands. I mean, it's fun to discuss it, but in the end, we end up having power scaling discussions about wonky, and it goes in wonky directions. If you want a more famous example, Superman vs. Goku, who will win? Don't answer that. Please. Oh, this is not ideal. Is it really necessary? Well, I guess it works aesthetically by hiding the ladder to make the screens less busy, but I don't know. It's pretty obvious what the next one would be. Well, I say obvious, but that's because I played through several Thousand Maker stages, and most of the Mega Man Classic series, and X series, and Zero. So of course, it's going to be obvious to me. I need to coach my statements like this because, for newcomers to Mega Man, many of these things I take for granted as being quote-unquote obvious or conventional, to them, it's going to be not so obvious or novel. Autumn, sunset. Something to keep in mind. Yeah, the episode where Mega Man... Yeah, the episode where Mega Man, Roll, Gutsman, Glide... All those navis are turned into cats. That's also the same... You know what the funny thing about that episode is? It's simultaneously a filler and also somewhat important because it explains how Rush is able to enter the real world without creating a dimensional area. That's also the same episode that ends with a giant kaiju battle between the giant cat virus in the real world versus a kaiju-sized version of Rush. That episode was a fever dream. Yeah, we pretend that those live-action movies and series don't exist. This is like the Glassworks Nitrom game. Need to play it eventually. Oh yeah, the waterfalls coming from the rain is beautiful. Pretty. This stage is aggressively mid or decent. You describe most of Genox stages, J Butters. They're very aesthetically pleasing, sometimes quite busy, but they're enjoyable romp fests. And I'll still take this over most of the stages that are featured in the most popular queue because at least these have some sort of arc or difficulty curve to them and don't just abruptly end. Double Tengu, but in comparison with Trondo Maker, yeah, doesn't hold a candle. Ow. Whoa. Hello? Find your weakness. Tank, help. Help! I can't see where I am! Help! Oh, thank goodness. That's the alternate weakness. Darn it. Limited time demo? Sheesh. I need to check. Wait, it crashes the game I wanted Tengu Man? Another maker moment, folks. Help, ow. $21, no problem. Assets can help up the level, but they don't really carry it to a home run. That's why I just say it's mid to decent. Yeah. Anyways, so overall, of the 12 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite one would certainly be Trondo Maker by Jock74. And thank you to everyone else who submitted your levels to me this week, it's really appreciated. So with that out of the way, it's time for the art showcase, and when I say art showcase I mean really just 2 images. Sylveon Jockey, Sylve Jockey, and SNES style Napalm Man. When you say SNES style, it's with the 16-bit palettes, not so much the Mega Man 7 style. It's like a little bit different. It reminds me of Wily Wars / Sequel Wars, but with the palette of SNES games. Tree? My tree. I already covered this in a previous stream, but okay, I'll show it again. Happy birthday, Vinny. I know it's late, but sure. And with that completes the art showcase and subsequently the stream. Thank you to everyone who either submitted their levels, art, or simply participated in chat. It's due to your continued support why I continue to produce new content for the channel. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other thing on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help it out. Don't forget to follow me on Blue Sky and Mastodon as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in a few hours.